Hi, everybody. This is Dr. Gregory, and I have had some questions about how to access and research into the FASB website. So I wanted to do a quick video and then a live example, if I get everything to work, on how to access FASB and some of the terminology that you may be stuck on. Oh, there's a couple of ways we could do this. We could first use the FASB website, which we should be using all the time. That should be your main point of research. The second, you can also use Google to supplement and add to knowledge within the FASB website. So to access FASB through the FASB website, you go through the FASB codification in your class resources, and the link is provided to you. And then once you are in, you'll get the username and password. Write them down. Then you'll go to the URL provided in the AAA website, which gives us free access to the FASB codification. Excuse me. So once you log in using your regular student credentials, it's going to give you the username and the password. Then you will click on that second URL and you will enter that information into the American Accounting Association, the AAA, into Academic Accounting Access. And you'll hit submit. And once you hit submit, if you wrote everything down right, it will take you to thank you for logging in. Please use the link below to proceed. And you'll want to click on the FASB Accounting Standards Codification. Once you click on that, you come to Welcome AAA 54452, which is the username for Grand Canyon University. It's going to give you some what's new information. So there could be some proposed accounting standards updates. Now, we have not gotten those approved yet. They're proposed out there, so they're probably going out for comment through the accounting industry. In September 2022, we actually had an accounting standards update on liabilities, supplier finance programs, and it gives you the subtopic. Now, you can click on this link directly and go to that, or you can just continue to look. Now, we also have maintenance updates, and maintenance updates occur multiple times during the year. Here's one in July. Here's one again in July. And we just want to look at those to see, is anything coming new? Is anything being changed that we need to be just cognizant of? There's also a great help site. And so let's go through a little example here. So when we want to navigate FASB, we have general topics, and then there are multiple subtopics based on the topic. So here is your 100 level, which is the generally accepted accounting principles. 2XX are all topics, all FASB requirements under the presentation of financial statements. 3XX are our asset side. 4XX is our liability side. 5XX is equity. 6XX is revenues. 7XX is expenses. 8XX we call broad transactions, and that could be just general topics that don't fall into any specific asset classification, but they are requirements that we have to follow, such as the fair value concept, consolidations, foreign currency matters, all of that. Then 9XX is really a great section. It goes into industry specific issues, such as if you've got the airlines industry, the construction industry, transportation industries. That section is going to give you some industry specific topics that are within the FASB. Now, they're presented in the FASB, but it would take quite a while for you to muddle through all of the assets to see if there's any industry specific asset standards that pertain to maybe construction industry or to inventories or whatever. So in this in the FASB, we actually consolidate that down so that you can look up the airline industry, construction industry. And then finally, there's a master glossary. So let's take an example. I've gone to that front page again, and I wanted to look at assets. So I click on assets, and I come up with cash, receivables, investment, inventory, other assets and deferred costs, intangibles, PP&E. Oh, those are all of our asset categories, right? Cool. So I wanted to look at receivables. Now, I think I know what receivables mean, but I'd like to get really what the FASB definition of receivables are. Usually I consolidate and I say things that we own or we have ownership rights to. Well, let's get a little bit more nitty gritty into that. So I go into section 10, which is the overall codification. And then I go down to 05, which is overview and background. And here I come up with the overview and the background. And we say receivable topics include the following subtopics: non-refundable fees, loans, troubled debt. There's also some pending content that's coming in. So there's a subparagraph updated by accounting standards, updates number 2016-13. So it has been updated. But I want to see just what assets are defined as. So I keep scrolling down this page and I will come down to 310. That's assets receivables. 10 overview. 5, again, an overview general definition. And here we go. 5.4. Receivables may arise from credit sales, loans, or other transactions. Receivables may be in the form of loans, notes, and other types of financial instruments, and may be originated by an entity or purchased from another entity. There we go. That is receivables in general. Now, as we know, there could be subtopics within that. So standby commitments to purchase loans. It's a receivable, but there has to be a better definition than just the receivables in general. So this is how we navigate through the system. Now, you see this 310-10-05-4. We can actually go into Google and we can type in 310-10-05-4 under the FASB, and it will come up with 27,400 results. Lots of results. Lots of things being written about receivables in Google. So I wanted to take a look at receivables, topic 310. Okay, topic 310. Yeah, matches topic 310. That comes from the FASB. And this is from PricewaterhouseCoopers. So I said, well, what did they say? You know, I kind of need a little bit of a better explanation of receivables. So I click on this and it takes me down to receivables, topic 310. I'm sorry, you can't read this very well. The FASB Accounting Standards Codification is the source. And as you continue to scroll down, it will tell you all about receivables. What a neat thing. So you could look at it from the FASB side, or if you know the actual FASB area codification, you can type that in and there's going to be a lot of other assistance to help you with this. So let's try to do a live example. Let me see if I can get this. Give me a moment here. Okay. So here I've got, let's see, make sure I'm still sharing. Yes, I am. Here I want to look at revenue. Now, one of the revenues we have is called Topic 606. If you type Topic 606 into Google, it's going to be revenues from contracts and customers. It's a very recent FASB codification. 2018 doesn't seem recent, but it really is recent. So I wanted to learn a little bit about more on the revenue. So let me take a look at recognition. Section 25. So it's 606-10-25. And I get into recognition. 25-1, an entity shall account for a contract with a customer. Now, this is only contracts with customers as within the scope of this topic only when the criteria are met. So here's all the criteria. These are the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 steps that we need in revenue recognition in order to make sure that we have a valid contract with a customer. And when do we recognize the contract and record the contract and then recognize any revenue. So this is a very easy example. It takes us down to, we have parties to the contract have approved the contract in writing. Now it says orally, other customary business practices, I'd always try to get that in writing, and are committed to perform their respective obligations. Okay, so what does a contract mean? Well, here we go. A contract is an agreement between two or more parties, practices and processes, so it tells you all about what a contract is. Some contracts may have no fixed duration, okay, and can be terminated or modified. All right, is that in the contract language? You want to make sure that that's something like that's in the contract language. So this gives you that deeper dive into the topic. Now, if I wanted to go in and type in topic 606, revenue from contracts with customers, and I click that, look, 948,000 responses. We have the compliance checklist. Oh, wow. This is what an auditor might use to make sure that they, or the client, to make sure that they are in compliance with what a topic 606 contract should be. What exactly is it? There's some software. Going to take a look at that. ACC 606 for dummies. Okay. What I would try to do is, if I were using Google to further drive down into understanding this topic better, use firm websites. PwC is a good one. E&Y is a good one. So use accounting industry firm websites, the big ones. I would not use ASC 606 for dummies. I would go down to, oh, look, the AICPA. That's a pretty good site, isn't it? Yes. FASB, Deloitte, BDO. Make sure, though, that these firm sites are not trying to sell a product. I don't want to see product sale sites in here. FASB Home. Now, this is a blog. I would not use a blog. I don't care how credible that person may be. It's a blog. So instead, remember when we went into the codification? And the codification showed us those 5 steps? That's what you want to see. So I hope this gave you just a little brief overview of how to navigate the FASB information, both via the FASB website and via Google. If you have any questions, please reach out to me and have a great week, okay? Bye.